Greetings everyone, welcome back to VLSI for all. Today we have Abhinav with us who has done his grad from Maharaja Agrasen Institute of Technology and currently he's working with Wipro as an verification engineer. So over to you Abhinav. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay Abhinav. So let's just start in chronological order. So how was your life at Maharaja Agrasen Institute of Technology? Like did you like your college? How was the culture over there? Was it strict or was it fun?
Okay, so as far as college is concerned, there was no, first of all, yeah, the college was pretty good. The faculty was also good, and we had some very good EC professors there. Actually, so when I joined Maharaja Agrasen in 2015, so we didn't have so much cultural activities there. It was like just a simple there are no so much like musical you can say clubs and all. They were actually absent from that, and there was also like the theoretical knowledge was okay, and the practical knowledge actually I gained it from my internship in the EC, but the interest, you can say, it was due to the professors only, which
Mhm.
I developed in this field. And actually there was a subject in our course that was DSD, Digital System Design, that was taught by our professor. So he taught it in a very interesting way, due to which the interest got developed uh, increasingly.
Great. And Abhinav, why did you choose EXTC in first place? Why not computer science or anything else? What was your
Okay.
motive behind it?
Yes. So I was having this C++ in my 11th and 12th, and I find it pretty challenging because it was like over the head for me. It was just like a bouncer at that time because there was pressure of other subjects also. So that's why I was sure like I don't want to go into this domain. And when electronics was introduced in 12th in as a part of physics, so I was confident like okay, I can make a career in this domain, like the digital electronics, like I can pursue my career in this domain. And yeah, and that physics, that part of the physics was actually a bit enjoyable to me. So that's why I choose electronics and communication over CSC and IT.
Yeah. I can totally relate with you, Abhinav, because I was also in the same boat in my 12th standard. Like I didn't like C++ a lot, and I actually loved semiconductor and some P and gates like chapters were there in physics. So that was also the same kind of motivator for me to just choose
Yes.
something that is non-CS in EXTC and
Yes.
electrical. Yeah.
Yes.
And Abhinav, I'm excited to know what were your projects. Especially, I see that you have published a research paper on design and implementation of RBSC Booth 2 multiplier.
uh,
So can you just
yes.
give a brief about your all projects that you did in undergrads?
Okay. So first of all, this the research paper that we're talking about. So this was the project that I took in fourth year. So this
Mhm.
was my major, this RBSG booth multiplier. So in this project, actually, there is actually a booth to multiplier. So it is completely different approach for how to multiply two binary numbers. It is only for those binary numbers only. Okay. So because in electronics everything works in the form of either 0 or 1 in digital
Yeah, true.
electronics. Okay.
Mm.
So this RBSG is a form of like it is a form it like this is an algorithm which will enhance the which can speed up the multiplication the multiplication delay that we have now, the propagation delay in the multipliers we have a fixed propagation delay. So this multiplier was designed in such a way that it will reduce that propagation delay. And I did it for 4 bits. I did it for 8 bits number. Okay. And the like since my college ended, else I would have continued my research and made it for 32 bits number and 64 bits number as well.
Okay, okay, nice. And like during your undergrads, like on this project, did you work on any HDL language for creating this? I guess there was a
Yes,
use
yes,
of an
yes,
FPGA, so of course you would have been used an
yes,
HDL
yes.
language.
Yes, so actually, I was using VSDL as my language because
Mhm.
at that time I was only familiar with VSDL only. Verilog was introduced in my career after a very long period of time. So before that, I was working with VSDL only. So so I was working on that VSDL, and the tool that I used to simulate, like get the timings and all, was Xilinx ISC tool. That was like, and the FPGA that I chose was also open, like that was also free only, student edition only. So because there are some FPGAs in the Xilinx that are, some of them are student edition. So for that we do not require a license, but for other FPGAs we require a license. So I did it on the student editions FPGA. So it was so we were able to achieve a pretty good timing. So like there was a reduce in timing, and I actually don't remember the exact numbers. For that I have to like review my research paper once again.
It's okay, Abhinav. But one thing is interesting that you said that you get the FPGA for student, or you just get the license for the, like it
No,
was
no, no.
available at your college, right? The physical FPGA.
No. Xilinx ISC design. There are two versions of Xilinx ISC design. One is available for student. I think that is free,
Hmm.
and one is not. Like it depends upon the FPGA that you are selecting actually. Okay,
Hmm.
so if it is an ultra scale, or if it is a very big FPGA, then those FPGA requires a license. Okay,
Okay.
and if it is a smaller FPGAs just like Arctics, then then some versions of Arctics do not require a license. So you can just download the software, compile your design and run your design. Okay. Now
Hmm.
now people are going from Xilinx to Vivado. The same
Yeah, yeah.
things are thing in Vivado also. Okay. So that in Vivado also there are some FPGAs that do not require the license, and you just download the software, select that particular FPGA, and just generate your bit file. But
Okay, so
some
we
but
don't have to like buy a physical FPGA because they are costly, I guess. So,
yes,
uh,
the FPGAs are very costly. So like them dumping a bit file into the FPGA, it is the last process. Okay,
mhm.
and it is, trust me, it is not the very difficult part of the project. Before that there are main issues. Okay, like how you are handling the timing, how you are handling the CDC in the project. So all those things that are not like before dumping a bit file into the FPGA, before dumping that bit stream into the FPGA, we have to check on all of these parameters, whether our design what we have written is functionally correct or not, or whether that it is meeting the timing or not, or whether it is meeting the CDC, or there is no setup and hold violation. So these all steps do not require a physical device with you. Okay, because
Okay.
the tool
Mhm.
that the tool Vivado that you are having, it will generate all of these reports for you.
Got it, got it. And also, Abhinav, like, did you did any internship at your undergrad level?
Yes. So I did my internship in Logic Pro Technologies, and
Hmm.
it was like pretty good internship. Okay. So there is one more thing that I would like to add. Like in the second year, we had one workshop in our college from TrueChip. So actually, those were the guys who told me that there are things beyond Arduino also,
Yeah.
because in college everyone is going behind Arduino boards and all. So they come to our college and they tell us that there are things that are beyond Arduino. There are things called as FPGA. that are beyond Arduinos, and we should develop our skills in that part only. Okay, so after so during my second year only, I started studying VSGL and FPGAs in depth, so that in third year I had my first internship with Logic Fruit Technologies, and it was actually a 4-month internship. So there were there the the colleagues, my mentors, they were extremely good, and they supported me a lot. Like there, I got to know that okay, this is the FPGA chip, and now you can generate the bit file like this and dump the bit file into the FPGA. But that was in the third month of my internship. During the first 3 months, I have studied only how to get that setup time, hold time, CDC checks, and all those things. And the first month was mainly focusing on how you write the VSDL code, how you write a code that is understandable by all of the employees. Because suppose if you are working on the project, you write a design, okay. Then if someone new joinee joins that project, then he should be able to get how you have written the code. It should not be too much complex, and and it should not be too much lengthy also. Okay, so there are proper coding guidelines that you have to follow. So though those guys told me everything, so it was like pretty good when we got to know how the theoretical knowledge and practical knowledge goes hand in hand, and then goes in one direction.
Okay, okay. And like these languages, like learning of VHDL and all, these were not a part of your curriculum, set by the institute, right? Or did you learn on yourself?
VSDL was a part of curriculum.
Okay.
There was this subject DSG, but again, the semester is of 6 months, and out of those 6 months, we go to college only for 4 months only, and in that also there are some bunks and all. So there is not so much of study in the college. We have to learn on by ourselves only. So there are many books that are available, like resources. There are abundant of resources available on internet for studying every type of language. So there is lot of knowledge available. So you just have to download that book, go through that book, and just complete that book with along with question answer. So that's how, like, book by book, you will get to know how things go different. So I can.
Got it. And talking about like, how did you grab the opportunity to work with Logic Fruit in the first place?
Okay, so actually Logic Fruit was the 19th company in which I sent my resume, and I had 18 rejections before sending the resume to Logic Fruit. So rejection, like I didn't get even a reply. Like you can make your resume like this. You can make like you can study this thing and then apply again like that. So there was no feedback. Okay, so it was like just an open end. So I got to know about Logic Fruit from LinkedIn only. Okay, so then I applied online directly to the HR. I opened the company's website. There was this uh, HR email address that was mentioned. So I just sent my resume along with the cover letter to the HR, and the next day I received the call for the interview, and I had a short interview for internship, and after that I was selected for the one. And just like just after my exams, I started going for that internship.
Okay, okay. And how was the recruitment process like? Like, was the interview too big, or was it just a general
To
level
the
interview?
point to the point interview, like for internship, the interview was pretty small. It was not too big. So uh, it was, and the recruitment process was also very good. The HR and all the other team, they were very helpful to me. Like they were providing me feedbacks at every stage. So there was nothing like open-endedness or anything like that.
Okay. And like, how did you convert it into your full-time job? I see that you worked there for like, I guess, two to
Okay,
three
so
years.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So when I was doing internship for my 4 months, so I performed really well. So at that time, the mentors tell me that once you complete your BTech, you once again apply for the once again apply for the job. So we will definitely consider you like after the interview process. So once I completed my BTech, I sent my resume to the HR. And she arranged one interview with the manager. So that interview that was in that job process there were two interviews that was scheduled. So one was with the senior manager and one was with the lower order manager. So both of them was around 45 minutes or so. Okay. So after that I directly received the offer letter after talking with HR. So that's how the things.
Okay. So there was no aptitude round or anything else, just the
No,
interview.
actually, no. Actually, since I already had done internship in the same company, na. So that is
Okay.
why I directly jumped. That
Yeah, makes sense.
yes.
And what is like, this is something, a different profile that I came across. Like, what is an R&D engineer? What is it, the job is
Okay.
like? Yeah.
Yes. This R&D engineer is a design engineer only. So it is just a name that the company gives. Okay. So it is just like design engineer only. So our part was to design complex blocks that involve, like I have worked on various protocols such as the last project that I was working on was PCI protocol, PCI that 2 Gen 6 protocol. So it hadn't come to the market up to that time. So we were so that was the Gen 6 protocol on which we were working. Before that, I have worked on AXI protocols and SPI I2C. These SPI I2C are very simple protocol, and I think they are in every project. So like every design engineer has to work on these protocols. So that's like these are the protocols that I have worked on. Other I cannot actually I have forgotten the
Okay.
other protocols I have worked. Yeah, yes, USB 3.2 also, USB 3.2 protocols also I have worked on. These are related to only physical layers only, the USB and PCI protocols.
Okay. Some basically R&D engineer is something that works as a design engineer itself.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. And like, did you receive any training for this? Like you said, you learned, means you were able to work on these many protocols. So, was there any
Yes.
training
So
period?
during no training period. Like during my internship only, I was familiar with SPI I2C and all these basic protocols that like SPI I2C. What my manager will say is he will just say that this is the thing that we have to now work on, and this is the documentation. So that documentation is very large for like it is more than 1,000 pages documentation of that protocol, that we have that specific part we have to go through on which we will be working. And after that we once we have gone through that part, we will just what we will do is we will just uh, ask what is the requirement of the project. Okay, like which blocks we have to design, and based upon the spec we have to design those many modules. So this is how the thing works. So there is no specific training Google and all. So if you have that willpower to read those 1,000-page books and understand how that book is written, then I believe that training is not.
True, true. And did you also work as a verification engineer?
No, no, not as a verification engineer.
Okay, like not even at this current stage.
I worked as a verification engineer for 3 months, but actually I didn't find that verification part interesting enough. Like for me, I am more lean towards design engineer than verification domain.
Okay.
Because like I have worked as a verification, because in that thing like I know how the verification environment works. So I have an idea about that, how the UVM and all the test cases are developed and how those things works. Because if you are working as a verification engineer now, then you have to have a different mindset. And if you are working as a design engineer, then you should have a different mindset.
So, Abhinav, I see that you are now working with XMS, which is a part of Wipro. So, why do you decide to switch to that company?
Okay, so the reason why I switched was that project that I was working on was almost completed. Okay, and there was only testing part that was left. Okay, so there was, as a design engineer, there was not much challenges that I was facing in that project. So things were going pretty simple. So that's why I decided to switch and go for a better project. I was searching for a better project, so that was the main motivation behind the switch.
Okay, and talking about like logic fruit technology, we can segregate into like product-based companies or the service-based companies,
Service based.
service-based.
They were having products also, so I have worked on their product. They were designing a product, so I have worked on that also.
Mhm.
And they have their own products also, and they provide RTL verification services also.
Okay, and Wipro is doing the same. It is a service-based company.
Yes. Wipro
Mhm.
is a service based company only. And I uh, in electronics domain, I don't think that they have their own products, like the in chip designing domain, if I
Mhm.
talk about. So they don't have their own products in that domain, I think.
Okay, and I see that like you have not yet switched to a product-based company. What is the reason for them, or do you think
So
there are some advantage of service-based company itself?
actually the project on which I am presently working now, so
Mm-hmm.
it is very interesting project.
Mm-hmm.
So it is like the most advanced thing that is currently in the market, that is going into the market.
Mm-hmm.
So it is that, so that and I have just switched it in the month of August only. So I want to continue with this same company only, and the work environment and the culture is also very good. And I have pretty good mentors with me that help me and guide me at each step. So that is why I didn't even think to switch this company. Like I didn't have that idea in my mind for now.
Okay, so like you are comfortable with working with service-based company because a lot of people say they are repetitive. We want to work on
Okay,
some,
so yes.
yeah.
So it is just
Mhm.
the name tag for the service-based company and product-based company. It is just a name tag. I have some of my colleagues which was there in me with me in LFT. So they have switched to Xilinx, Intel, Cadence.
Mhm.
So when I talk to those guys now, so they tell me like they do not get RTL designing work. Like there are a lot
Mhm.
of other works. For example, there is one colleague which is working with Intel. So he's actually so before they launches one SoC now,
Mhm.
they have to test that SoC on FPGA. Okay,
Mhm.
so the work of that colleague is the RTL code is already written. They just have to partition that code, fit it
Mhm.
into the FPGA and run it. Okay,
Okay. Mhm.
so that is like he says me that okay, you can get a good money, you can get a peace of mind, but since it is not challenging now, so there are no such pleasure for designing or such challenges like the present project. Every day we face a new kind of challenge. Okay, so it is every day is just like an adventurous activity. It is just like every day you are rafting through a new challenge and all. So and we are doing the same work. Like presently our client is Intel, and we are writing an IP for them. So when I tell tell that guy that I am doing this work, so he says that you are doing the best work in the industry, because RTL designing is the best work which we designer believe.
Okay.
So that is why I cannot think of like switching and moving to a product based company, because I cannot risk what I presently have with me.
Yeah, yeah. Like Abhinav, for the first time, I'm hearing from someone who is actually saying product-based companies are like not so challenging, like in your case, and you are enjoying service-based company a lot. That's like something
Like
eye-opening
if
for
you
most
have
of
done,
us.
yes, if you
Mhm.
have done like PhDs and all now, because if you will go into the product based company now, and if you are writing in the RTL means that if you are writing the VSDL code, then you
Mhm.
must have an MTech degree or a PhD in the
Mhm.
same domain, else they won't let you write the code, and they are having the legacy codes. Okay,
Mhm.
so legacy code means that even if you have to make a small modification, now you have to get approval of the upper managers. Okay, and here we are free to, because we have written the code. Okay, we have designed that IP from the scratch, you can say. Okay, so we are having the total control on how we can provide the functionality in the IP. Okay, and we just have to tell our manager that we have provided this functionality like this, and he will just approve it. If there is any modification, he will just guide that to us. Okay, and with that, after that, it will just quickly go for the verification and all, and things will go just fastly and just fast enough, just quick.
Okay, okay,
So
great.
there is no as such, like there is no such thing like product based companies are better than service based company.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so because I have my, like, again I will say that I have my friends that are there in the product based company. Of course, if you are looking for a good money, you should focus on product based company only. But if
Mm-hmm.
you want something adventurous in life, something challenging in life, I believe a service based company is the one that you can provide, because there is one more thing with the service based company. They have the time to market, they have is smaller. Okay, so there is a
Mm-hmm.
lot of pressure on you. So in that pressure you get to learn a lot, like
Mm-hmm.
how you handle your teammates, or how you handle the situation around you, and how you talk to the client, and that all things.
Okay, so Abhinav, do you recommend for a fresher to join a service-based company, maybe with a low salary and a higher term bond?
Yes, because I have done the same. So first of all, there are three parameters that you have said. So first is the service-based company. So as a fresher, it does not matter whether you are in a service-based company or a product-based company. I
Mm-hmm.
will suggest as a fresher, you should always join a service-based company, because you will get to learn a lot in a service-based company rather than a product-based company. The second thing is salary. So as a fresher, you should not think about a salary. If you have got yourself into VLSI domain. Okay, because after 5 years your life will be completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the third thing you have mentioned is the bond. Okay, so
Yeah.
this bond is not legal. The bond is not legal in any
Mm-hmm.
of the companies according to the Indian labor code. Okay, even if they they will not make you sign the stamp paper. On the stamp paper they will not make you sign. They will just make you sign on the white sheet of their own company, like on their own company's letterhead only. So that bond is having no values. No matter whatever you write, that is having no values, because it is just a single ended. You cannot tell that company that okay, I want to modify this point. Okay, so it is only their conditions, and they are making you sign this bond, so that bond has no value. So even if you have filled this even if you have filled the bond, and in future you want to just leave the company, you can just hand over your laptop to the IT team, do a resignation letter, and that's it. Okay, that company cannot drag you to the court and say that you have to pay the bond value. The
Mm-hmm.
only worst thing that the company can do is hold your experience letter that company has to give, the other thing that company can do is blacklist you from that company. Okay, so you won't be able to apply in that XYZ company next time. Okay, so these are the worst things that can happen to you. Okay, and even if and again the company cannot like hold the experience letter of yours. Okay, it is against the labor laws. Okay, so even if the company does that, you can file a suit against that company that you have worked so many times, like so many number of days, and you want your experience letter. So company has to provide that thing to you.
Okay, okay,
But
that's
again, it is a
nice.
lengthy process. Yes. So
Yeah.
if you are, if for fresher, I will suggest that if you have joined a company, you should at least work in that company for 2 years and not fill a bond for more than 2 years with that company. Like, why to have so much of trouble in mind? Because it is just like a mental game. When you are breaking the bond, na, like how mentally strong you are. Okay, so it depends upon that for that bond thing when you are breaking it, because company will do their every inch of effort to scare you, to scare every bit of you. Okay, and you just have to stay mentally strong that okay, now I won't like I won't step back. Okay, like I have to resign and I will resign. This bond does not make any value to me. You
Okay,
have to be that mentally strong.
that's really great, Abhinav. I didn't knew this all this, and I think most of the audience would be
Yes.
also be get.
Most yes, actually most of the fresher do not know about this bond thing. So that bond actually have no value. Okay, so
Mhm.
don't worry about that bond. So that is actually zero value until and unless it is on stamp paper, because like it is, if it is a private company, then don't worry about the bond. If it is on stamp paper, then it has some value. But if it is on that plain white paper on the letterhead of their own company, then it is just of zero value.
Okay, okay, that's good. That's good. You're fine. And you also mentioned that Wipro is not making any of like product in VLSI industry, but
I
Wipro is.
think, I am not sure about this, but I think that they are providing services only.
Yeah, yeah, but one
Like
thing
they
is
are
for
not.
sure that Wipro is new in VLSI industry, right? Um,
No, 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 no. Wipro has been in the LSI industry for a long period of time.
mhm,
Okay, so they have been providing their RTL services for a pretty long period of time. So it is not just like they are new to the industry, or they have just joined the industry.
mhm,
So those are basically Amazon and all. So Amazon is very new to this VLSI industry, and they have just joined this industry. Like most of the people don't know this. Like Amazon is also working into this VLSI industry domain. Okay, so those guys
mhm.
are new to the industry. Wipro and all, they are very like they have been working in VLSI for very long period of time.
I guess now electronic
So
students will
it's like,
be also having some
it's
fruitful
like when,
days.
yeah. It was like when I was in final year of my BTech na, so I like I also didn't know that Wipro is also into this VLSI
Yeah,
domain.
even I
So
don't.
I don't, yes, LinkedIn, on LinkedIn, I saw a job vacancy that Wipro is trying to hire a 8-year-old experience. So then I go to the company's page and I search for all the vacancies. So they were having a lot of vacancy, but again, those were all only for the experienced people.
Experience.
So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, these companies also work in the VLSI domain.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Uh, and how would you compare your like job and after seeing all this? Do you think you should have still opt for an IT or CS uh, thing? And how would?
No, 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 no. No, I am very happy with my job. I am very happy with my job. Like this is the best decision of my life to opt for EC rather than
Mhm,
going for CS or IT. Else, like I would like in the form of earning, I may be earning more, but that
mhm.
enjoyment that I have now, I think that would have been missing from that part of the life.
Okay, okay, nice. And like due to emergence of AI and ML, like I asked this question to everyone. Do you think some of the roles maybe in verification or maybe in design thinking to get replaced by them?
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Yes.
You think
Because
that they are going to
like
replace?
no, 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 no. AI and
Hmm.
ML cannot. You are asking about like bots can replace the work?
Yeah, means AI, ML will
No, no,
like
no,
this
no,
be a
no,
trouble to
no.
our
Never,
industry?
never,
Hmm.
never, never, never. So the reason for that is actually like when it comes to AI and ML, na, artificial intelligence and machine learning. So any like for example, if you have that Amazon device with you, like Alexa, we will take
Hmm.
a simple example. So it works on that ML machine learning algorithm only.
Hmm.
Okay, so there are algorithms that are running on the hardware itself. Okay, so it will learn from like what all your choices are, and so after some time it will like it will correct its algorithm over and over again. So it is working on some hardware, correct?
Hmm.
So that hardware has to be developed by a ECE engineer only.
Hmm.
Okay,
Right.
so you cannot automate that process. Okay, so that is very difficult. So I don't think that AI and ML can replace a verification engineer or a design engineer. That can never happen in this field.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Just a second. I guess most of the questions are done. Did I ask about your role currently at XML Design?
No.
Okay, just let me take this question. Okay, Abhinav, and what is your role currently at XML Design?
Okay, so at Eximus Design, I am working as a RTL design engineer only. So it is not Eximus, it is now Wipro only.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so at Wipro, I am working as an RTL design engineer only. So we are working on Ethernet 400G, that is 400 gigahertz. So we are trying to achieve that speed. And our client is actually Intel. We are working for Intel, and we are developing multiple IPs for them. And like anything apart from this is actually confidential. Yeah, I cannot tell you the details of the design and all. Okay.
Sure, sure, sure. And one more thing, like you had done, like I saw from your LinkedIn profile, you have some certifications from Mentor Graphics. So is it like available
Yes,
to
yes, yes,
all,
yes.
or is it just for employees that
No,
they
no,
can?
no, no. No. Actually, what happens is when a company buys license from such companies, na, like
Hmm.
for Intel, Questa Sim is a very Questa Sim and Model Sim. You must have heard of
Yeah,
Model
yeah,
Sim. You must have heard
yeah,
of.
yeah. Of course, I'm
So
using.
it is a very
Hmm.
expensive software. Okay, these are very expensive software, Questa Sim and Model Sim. Okay, so when you will buy license or like what companies buy license, company have to buy license of these simulators. Okay, so when they will buy license of this simulator from Mentor Graphics, what they have to do is like Mentor Graphics will provide free courses that you can assign your employees to learn our tool for free. Okay, so that was an opportunity that I got a chance in Logic Fruit Technologies. Okay, so on there there we have a link from our manager that all those people who wants to join this training can sign up, can fill up this form. So I filled it up and the training started. So the actual part was completing the training. The Because everyone has access to that resource, but completing that training along with your office work is a very difficult task actually.
Okay.
So from there I completed that mentor graphic training, and the training was very costly. It was something around $2,000 or something. So it was very costly, but since it was provided by Mentor Graphic to our company, it was free for LFT employees.
Mm-hmm. Nice, nice. And again, did you ever thought of going for masters?
No, because masters, like going for masters is only if like company supports you.
Okay.
Like
Mm-hmm.
only if company supports you. Like there is thing in Wipro that they will help you to do your masters. If but there are some things for that, like you must be an employee of Wipro for I think 3 or 5 years, like something like that. So only if company will help you, because going for master and then again searching for a job is
Yeah,
actually a bit tiring. Yes, I don't want to go through that campus drives all over again.
got it.
Basically, I don't want to risk what is with me at present. So that I cannot risk. So that is why I won't go for masters. And if you like, in India there is less scope after masters in out of, because in India there is no designing, actual designing. So
Mm.
the reason there is no actual designing is there is no fabrication like industry.
Fab is
What
not there.
do
Like,
you say, that fabric? Yes, fab is not there in India. Okay, they are outside India, in the Saudi Arab and Dubai and all, like at in that in those countries, they are there. So you can see that there is a huge demand of engineers in that area and all
mm-hmm.
those things.
Got it, got it.
So that is why after masters you have to move out of India only, if you have done masters from really good place. Else in India you have to be either a teacher or just teacher only, or teacher or professor.
Yeah, Abhinav, thank you for taking time apart from your schedule and being present on this episode. So, do you have any final advice for freshers or hustler who wants to follow the same path as of you?
Okay, so for the fresher, I will have this one advice. Like, if you have to go for this VLSI industry, you have to start preparing from your second year only, and you have to focus on your core subjects that are there in your ECE syllabus. Okay, those are important. We are not like CSC guides, like we will just learn one language and we will get one job. So it is not like that for us. We should have an in-depth knowledge of what is happening inside a chip, or what is happening inside that fabrication. So this article design is the I will say the most easiest one to grab. There are other different fields in VLSI also that are actually very difficult to grab. For example, physical designing. So that is the most toughest and most challenging one. So that comes into the analog domain only. So I will suggest that first you should know about what all the fields are there in the VLSI, and what all fields you want to grab in, and what is your interest. That should be the first thing, and the other thing should be the willpower. That even if you are getting rejected, you should have willpower that okay, I will go on and apply again and again for different companies. And the third thing is some amount of luck also. Some amount of luck you should also have. Okay, so if you have all of these three things, like luck is like, if if there is a small window of opportunity na, then it should not be like due to your lack of skills you are unable to avail that opportunity. Okay, then you will feel very bad for yourself. Okay, so you should have that thing, like your act from your end, things should be completed. Okay, and if they are completed from your end, then you will definitely get some opportunity, because the market in the future, like in the future, the number of engineers required for EC, they will never increase or decrease. Okay, they will just be a constant. Okay, so you have to make your skills so much advanced that even if you are not from a top tier colleges, if even if you are not from IIT NIT, then you should have so good skills now that if someone someone senior in industry talks you for 10 minutes, then he should know that yes, you are knowledgeable and you have knowledge about this VLSI field. Okay, So this is the thing you should have, and you should never feel losing your confidence, like if even if you are from a private college. Okay, so you should not feel demotivated by that. It is just, the college is just a name tag. Okay, once you are into the company, once you have experience, no one will ask from which college you are. Everyone will show like that caliber. You don't have to prove yourself. The people will automatically know that you have the caliber and you can do excel.
Nice, nice. Those were some of the great tips, Abhinav. Thanks once again, and best of luck for your career ahead.
Yeah, yeah, same to you. Bye.